Yo, what is going on, everybody? It is Brave Cat here once again with the Frontier Signals geophysical update. So right now, while I'm working on this thing, a lot of it's going to be just updates for this, and I'm trying to get this to be actually a live website as soon as possible. But we'll get there. But anyways, so wow, I don't even know where to start besides the fact that we had a X2 solar flare just now in the last hour. And so this is very significant. Let me just kind of run through what we got here. So, I mean, for the best analysis, best coverage update, I would of course recommend going to Ben Davidson at Space Weather News. He actually just did a live stream, a pretty in-depth analysis of what is coming at us right now. So luckily it's not a solar kill shot, but again, it was a long duration X flare. We had here the X-ray flux. This is what you can look at to see, what kind of flare it was basically. So it was in the X range, topped out at about X2, and we lasted in the X-ray flux range up here for about an hour. So that's why it's long duration. This thing here is going to update at some point today, showing the actual trajectory, but it was directly Earth facing. So if you just look at this region here, you can just kind of scroll through here and you can literally see the plasma filament release out of the, pretty sizable sunspot here. So feeling a little bit jumbled because there's just so much going on. This video is not going to be too long, but I do want to cover some things here in rapid succession, so we can take a look at this as well. We can get another view of the blast. I don't really know what I'm doing on this website, but with this dashboard here, I think there's definitely some better ways to get the updated stuff. But let's see, but then we can take a look at really this one here. Latest 2 hours, we can literally see, you get, wow. Okay, look at that. Look at that. That's pretty immense right there. So definitely gonna expect to see a geomagnetic storm, auroras at mid to lower latitudes, all of the whole shebang. My animals are already going crazy. I'm sure people are also going crazy. So that's just what happens. So okay, if we take a look back here, I made some updates here. So okay, I hate this song. Just got the classic RuneScape music here. Just gotta find a good one. Alright. So, got a logo / banner here for the website. I made this myself, not using AI. And well, the thumbnail that I made, I did use AI. I basically just asked GPT image to turn this banner into something that is like YouTube thumbnail aspect ratio, whatever. So it did change things a little bit, made it look more realistic or whatever, but this is what I'm going for the official banner for the website. So I made some updates here for the map. First of all, it shows deep earthquakes with a letter D above it. Anything above 200 kilometer depth will have the D. But when we're talking about earthquakes, really like things that are beyond 400 kilometers depth, like what we see often over here in Fiji, those are the ones that we really look for to impact the surrounding area. But speaking of this solar flare and impacting earthquakes, what you can see here is exactly kind of where the solar particles hit. So we're looking at South America. So when we take a look at EQ3D here, and we take a look at South America. This is the last 7 days, and this is kind of like the most recent ones. So we have 5.1 down here, and we have a quiet zone right in here. So this quiet zone, I would imagine, would be where we could expect to see some larger activity, especially with this solar flare hitting us. So, you know, even though the flare itself has not yet struck Earth, we still don't have any instability yet in the KP index, but the X-rays and the flash itself, you know, it comes to Earth basically at light speed. So, you know, we've already got the X-ray flux hit, so that could impact things pretty quickly. Again, we already have this one down here as the most recent one. And all right, let me just kind of shoot through some more things here. Is there anything else here? You know, we can see, I guess, sort of roughly where the Earth's position is in relation to these sunspots. So, you know, you can kind of see, I think this here, this incoming sunspot group is basically the one that the flare came from, and Earth is right here. So again, it's pretty much Earth facing. But other than that, so again, there was a pretty big video that came out from Space Weather News regarding the declination of the magnetic field, and we could be expecting about roughly 50% of Earth's magnetic field has now weakened. So again, that makes solar activity just that much more sensitive. And we take a look at the latest earthquakes in Italy, where we actually have seen an earthquake above magnitude 4. That was down here. But we've seen an uptick. So, you know, in the mountain range near Campi Flegrei, and also down here, we have seen an uptick in earthquake activity there. And let's see, so I'm jumping around a lot, so just bear with me. So I have tried to get some volcanic data on here, and I quickly realized, or more like, you know, it took a couple hours of research to finally realize that the Smithsonian data I was retrieving was limited. It was not a complete set of data, and I was kind of banging my head against the wall wondering, why is it so hard to get a full global complete list of volcanoes? Like just static location data. I'm not even talking about eruption data or alerts or anything, just literally just the static location data for global earthquakes. Apparently it's really difficult, like you basically have to do it yourself. So I've been looking around on GitHub and trying to find maybe someone else who has puzzled together a more complete data list, because right now we're looking at just data here for Africa and Europe, because, you know, everything likes to be more troublesome than sometimes it's even worth. So I'll have this kind of more updated, and we also have a toggle for tectonic plates, so that's really nice. So just some more things to mess around with here, and yeah, that's kind of what I've been working on, and also the critical alert for this, so we'll be having eyes on that. And you know, we can go all the way down here and take a look at the aurora forecast. Not even sure if this is fully updated, but you know, we're going to expect to see some auroras from the latest activity on the sun. So anyways, that'll be it for now, I believe. I'll be trying to make these updates more frequent as I continue work on this and kind of get the mojo going. So anyways, that'll be it for all, and I'll see you all next time.